I'm going to just put us there.
All right, we are live.
Awesome.
Hey guys, live. All right. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
I am feeling awesome.
Good. Okay, so I'm Jason.
I'm Peely.
And this is Second Cup of Coffee. I'm going to get this started now.
Needed.
All right, so we are here.
Live.
It is now Second Cup of Coffee. Yes, I'm going to say it again. Instagram Live, because I wasn't on there, and you've just fallen over Instagram Live. We are live on Second Cup of Coffee. So how's everyone doing? It's really been a pretty proactive day. I just put my head down and really started getting at it. We had a super morning, right? So we got up early. It's Leo's birthday, right? Happy birthday, our little Leo, 2 years old. But we did get out. I got out and ran, had my pacer now because Luke's riding his bike, so he's been pacing me. Then Peely got out with Lily, and she did some biking, some walking with Peely, and then Peely got out again because after we came back, I let the kids play outside while I just worked out in the driveway. And
Leo's getting a lot more cognizant for a little 2-year-old, and he basically was like, "What about me? Luke got to go out.
Correct.
Lily got to go out.
It's my birthday.
It's my birthday." So took him out for a nice jog. I had about a half an hour left in my 45 outside minute workout. So super excited. Got to get all the kids out early this morning.
Yeah.
So it was really an amazing morning.
It's been
super
awesome.
excited. And on top of that, I had the best conversation with Amanda Abdel Sayed. We've had her on here before. We've had her on the podcast before.
Yeah, she's actually, if you go into our podcast, go into popular episodes.
Yeah, she's right there.
She is one of the top episodes out there. So you are a high performing agent or want to be one, go listen to that episode with Amanda. It's a couple hundred back, and that's how popular it still is because it still pops up. And on that point, it's been
thousands of views, thousands of listens. People have learned so much. When she first started, her first year, she did $20 million in sales. Now I think she's up to 60 per year. It's crazy. And she's the most down to earth, loving, faithful friend. And she is now my new accountability partner.
Okay.
So what she's going to do for me is that we're going to build up my kind of not self-esteem, but more like faith and just really hone down and dig deep into that. And for her, I'm going to be her physical fitness accountability partner. And together, we're just going to make our lives just that much better. So if you need an accountability partner, reach out for someone. Just go and grab them and be like, will you be my accountability partner? And then give and take, bring value to the relationship. Because I know you have an accountability partner in Todd Dexheimer, who is amazing, an amazing real estate investor who every time you walk out of a call with him, it's like you feel enlivened.
Yeah. And I actually just reached out to him and said, hey, listen, I want to start really having someone that I can hold myself accountable to. And would you be up for it? We did that about almost a year ago. You just get on and we literally just track what are the things we worked on, where are the things we want to work on within the next week, whether it's 2 to 3 to 4 accomplishable things. And then we go back and touch back on them again the next week and just continue forward, right? But it keeps you in line. It keeps you accountable for what you need to do and what you want to do, which is just so important, right? Because you need to do it for yourself first, but you also want to be talking to someone, and that goes a lot into the fitness, right? I don't want to get a personal trainer, but you're not showing up and you're not getting the work done. Well, sometimes that person is there really just keeping you there, and you feel bad not showing up because you know they're putting that time together. So if you're someone who misses a lot of things, doesn't have a lot of things, you can't keep a routine, well, then find someone that you can feel bad because, if you make a commitment to say, hey, I'm going to get on a call with you, and if you can make it early, right? Because then you're going to feel even worse if you're like, hey, let's get on a book club meeting every 5 a.m. every Thursday. And if you don't show up because you have this excuse or that excuse or whatever, well, how bad are you going to feel, right? Because the other person's there putting in the work and they're expecting you to show up too, right? Because they're busy too, right? The word busy.
It's almost the worst word in the entire English dictionary, the word busy. We're all like seemingly busy. We can't make the time. And notice I said can't and won't. It's a choice. Being busy is a choice. It's a choice. So make the time to better yourself, to take those next steps.
And with that today, we're talking about how to quit your job and find fulfillment in your life. And the moral of the story here is it's not actually about quitting your job, because you don't have to quit your job, but it's about making sure our identity is correct. So many times we get our identity wrapped up into something that is that we think is us, right? We think is us. So my job represents me. My job is everything I am, when it's not. It's literally just a part of you. It's one of the spokes in the wheel, and you are the cog, right? You are the cog of the wheel, and you have these spokes, and it's your family. It's your things of leisure. It's your fitness. It's your health. It's your work. But your work doesn't define you. It is now the thing that you may choose to create you. And this could be on a lot of things. You could find your identity in your marriage. Well, that's just one part of you, but you're still your person. You could find your identity in, name it, right? Put the word out there. I am. And if that was taken away from me, I would be lost. Well, that should never be the place. You can be fulfilled, but it's now really taking back who you are.
And definitely take back who you are. Like Jason said, if you're, yes, find your identity in the different things that you do, but also know who you are deep down. Because if those outside things are lost, then that means you just didn't control who you really are. So have that control. Don't put your identity in your spouse. Don't put your identity in your kids. Don't put your identity in your work, which we are actually going to talk a little bit about today.
Yeah, and it is about quitting your job, right?
Yeah.
So that was the point about the topic here. Now, it sounds ideal, and a lot of people think, yeah, I want to quit my job and go live on a beach. But ultimately, does that just sound good, or do you think that is what is going to fulfill you, right? Because it's about fulfillment, right? So there's a couple ways to quit your job. I mean, you go out, on fire. You can go out, just make sure you have something. Sustain yourself on the side. You could have something in working progress, right? A lot of different ways, but it's just making the choice. This doesn't fulfill me. I now want to make a choice to do something that will. And I'm either in a position where I'm all in. Maybe you're younger and you've put together some savings. You don't have the family lock in, and you don't have things that you feel hold you there. And even if you're not, right? Even if you're older, and you have these family, like, do you want to say, hey, I'm going to stay in this job because I've built my life to be this job, and I'm miserable, but I don't want to step away from it because, I have all these car payments, all these house payments, all these bills, right? Or should you say, well, let me take a look at my life. I'm not happy here. So how can I find what will make me happy and figure out how to contour my life? Because we have so much baggage around us that keeps us in a place, right? And lots of times it's just these bills of just bill after bill after bill. And when we look at it, it's like, is that my life, or did I make it my life?
So I'm going to go back to something that you said about like finding that which makes you happy. So number one, I would suggest that you get your bills, whatever it is, in order before you quit whatever you think is making you unhappy. And is your job really the thing that is making you unhappy? Or, as Jason said, did you make it that way?
Well, so it's just basically, what's that number here that you need to spend each month? And
yes,
so many times we don't even know what that is, right? What is the number here? What is your expense number? What is that number that you have to hit each month? And then after that, identify what are all those expenses, and can they be refined, corrected, canceled,
taken away.
Taken away.
For instance, my massage, just to give you a real life example, both Jason and I were part of a massage club, like a Massage Envy. So, and it was fantastic. Great group of people, great place to go. But the thing is, with COVID happening, I was like, okay, I'm just going to call them up. I'm going to cancel. So I canceled it. A few months later, as things started to open up, Jason realized that there was a bill for Massage Envy. So but the thing is, without him knowing, without him looking And without him being cognizant, we might have just kept on getting billed. So I called them up. I was like, I asked you to cancel this prior to, can you please cancel? They thought I had just wanted to freeze the membership. I was like, no, go ahead and cancel it. It's fine. I don't know when we're going to open it back. And I don't want to have to remember this because I'm not good at that. So is there anything on your bank statement that doesn't need to be there?
Yeah, like something like I was pushing you to go to the massages, but you like just life, right? Yeah. So it's time with the kids, you go to a massage. And so for that point, it just wasn't something of use. And now you step away from it. Okay, fine. Exactly. Well, what else can you do to get back, X amount of dollars in your life, and maybe put that in something else that you are active, you are really wanted to be in, but you just don't feel like you have the money aside.
And then maybe you don't have to quit your job. Maybe like Jason just said, maybe you find that thing that gives you passion, that you love. Maybe you liked collecting baseball cards in the past. I mean, I'm gonna point to Gary Vee. He's like this ultra billionaire, awesome guy, spouts kindness, has so many businesses running time after time, but he touts that he goes to garage sales and he tries to flip items, and his passion right now is baseball cards or collecting cards. And the thing is, if he wasn't Gary Vee, he could probably make a living of that. But the thing is, he started it and he still has his businesses running, and he started doing the thing that he loves the most. So maybe that's another tip that you can take to get yourself out of, if you're in a rut, get yourself out of it.
Well, you can always sell stuff, right? I mean, like here, we have a lot of these chairs, so we could sell this chair, right? So I could, there's a market, I could sell this garbage can down here, right? There's things in our house that.
Anybody want a cup?
Right?
Cup.
Yeah, we've used it, Hat has no price on it, but on that fact, there's things that you could sell. I mean, there's literally a lot of platforms out there where you could sell stuff. So you want to look at that and say, okay, I have no cash. Well, what am I sitting on right now in terms of what is actually cash I can get to? But back to quitting your job. Okay. Well, it's a choice.
It is a choice. So if you get to the point, and it also depends on your age. Gary Vee mentions that if you're young, you just got out of high school, you're going to jump into college. If you're unhappy in your job and you have the wherewithal to go get another one, quit that job, go get another one.
Yeah.
And
get do it until you are happy with.
You are too young. And this should span the ages, but I don't want somebody who's 40 and has 3 kids and a house payments and all that stuff to take this as my opinion for you to do. This is for somebody who's a little bit freer, doesn't have bills holding them down. If you're in a job that makes you unhappy, quit it, go to something else.
Well, I want to pivot the narrative too, right? So quitting your job doesn't actually have to be quitting your job. It has to be that quit making the job the pinnacle thing.
Okay. Yes. No, I get it. Make the job. You can choose to make your job better if you want to, right?
You hate your job? Well, just say, I'm going to go there and crush it, right? I'm going to crush at this job. I'm going to bring happiness job. And then when I'm done with that job, I'm shutting it off right now at 4 p.m., 7 p.m., whatever it is. And I'm going to learn the saxophone, right? Because that's what I want to do. But at that point, but give it your all. Just be into it and then move on, right? So, okay, cool. Everything you're in, give it your all, right? We don't just turn it on. If you say, I hate this job, I'm not giving any effort. Well, you know how many people get opportunities because someone else sees them really just overdoing it in a great way in what they're doing, right? I know people that will hire a lot of people in the restaurant world or waiters for different things like sales jobs or others because the waiter who's just there and barely giving the effort, and the other ones who are really just going that extra step, right? Doing that little thing that takes them to the next step. That stands out, but that thing's on any business and just anything, right? So quitting your job is about finding who you are again and not letting your job dictate who you are.
So basically, it's not quitting your job, it's quitting that negative mindset.
Yeah, and it may be that you actually have to quit your job, but the conversation here does not entail that this is a how to quit your job in 10 days episode. This is stop letting the job. I mean, Europe has a different fascination with work and life balance because here it's work and then we'll kind of do the life thing. And that seems to and we've been guilty. I've been very guilty of it. There's points where you have to do the work, and there's points where you have to do the life, but we can't just always be work.
No, I get it. Like Hawaii style, it's like you have your work, but you still have, like, for instance, my dad's awesome. So he works for Pearl Harbor Naval Shipyard, and he's worked there for years. When he's at work, he's working, and he's killing it. But when he's not working, he's like watching basketball. He's watching his sports. He's surfing. Oh my goodness. He's like, I don't know, 50 something. No, he's 60 something. But he acts like he's 40 something because he like gets in the water, and he's overjoyed, and he approaches life from this mindset of aloha, and just kind of like, let's do it. Let's get it done right. And doing it right the first time, that's how it makes it easy. And his job can be stressful, but he also never brought that home. So it's also about like compartmentalizing work and play sometimes, because he never brought the stress home, or at least I never saw it. So when you're playing, play. And if you can take that play and make it into something that you can make money from, great. Yeah. Or if you can take that play and just make sure you carry that mindset into work. Don't carry the work mindset into play. I mean, sometimes if you're going to take the take action mindset, but if you have a negative connotation to work, try and insert a little bit more play into it. Does that make sense? Yeah, you know my dad. Yeah. He's awesome. He's not on social. So, Dad, if you see this, I love you.
Good. Well, maybe we'll play it for him when we're next time.
Oh, we have passed the 15-minute mark by at least 2 minutes.
Well, I was letting you go. So someone's gonna have a long workout today. So we already talked a lot about what we did today. Peely got some exercises in with kiddos. I got some exercises in with kiddos, and then surrounded by kiddos. But you just get it done.
Yeah, you get it done.
Good.
I'll probably do some yoga later for my second workout.
So tomorrow, this may be a Peely only episode. So I expect it to be a lot of people now that I'm not here tomorrow, but I'm going to set her up because Peely's going to crush it. But we want you to text us. Go over to 908-224-6876, and you can text us all your questions right there. You just have to one time hit a link just to register yourself, and just make sure that we can text you back. But it's gonna be texted right from Peely and I. It's right there. We thought we were gonna put together a Hawaii number, but there was no Hawaii numbers. I got the feedback, but it is 908-224-6876,
and we will be texting you awesome mindset things. I'll probably teach you guys a little bit of Hawaiian, a little bit of Hawaiian culture, a little bit more aloha in your life. So a little bit of aloha, a little bit more action taking, some mindset in there. It's gonna be awesome. So just text us.
We will see you tomorrow. Have an awesome day.
Aloha.
And I just saw some comments on here. So I wanted to say, just William, sorry for your loss, and we will see you shortly.
Hugs.